Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguard.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My video title, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing some Steelers topics. Of course, as you guys know, they canceled the training camp today, so you will not be seeing training camp in the video today because they had thunderstorm and they had lightning, so they canceled it so we can get a chance to see them play and do their first practice this year in pads and stuff as well. So we'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what happens. But I want to discuss a question. I was seeing a lot of things circulate around. We've been seeing Terry Bradshaw talk about Aaron Rodgers and a lot of media outlets on ESPN talk about Aaron Rodgers and how Aaron Rodgers is going to look this season and can Aaron Rodgers make one last surge. I've seen, I think Shannon Sharp was saying we want to see the old Aaron Rodgers, not old Aaron Rodgers, the old Aaron Rodgers, like that, glimpse of it. Like that, we know he's different, we know he's older now, so it's not the same, but want to see him at least be 75% of what he used to be. That's still better than a lot of quarterbacks in this league. And my question is, will Aaron Rodgers excel in the Steelers offense? Because the Steelers went out there, of course they added Jonnu Smith, they had Pat Frymouth still there down in Washington, they traded for DK Metcalf, got him on there, Calvin Austin, like he's been showing you in training camp, that he's poised to be receiver 2. They might bring another receiver 2 in, you never know. Like that, another receiver in for more depth purposes and stuff. But can the Steelers get all the pieces around Rodgers? I'm gonna say right now they kind of got it most of the pieces that he needs like that to succeed. And then after that, you got to look at Aaron Rodgers excel in his offense like that. Kind of based off of what he is going to do. Last year, Aaron Rodgers threw 28 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, which for most cases is a pretty good ratio. I know his passer rating was down, of course, as well. And I know a lot of those games was playing behind like that. He had a lot of games to play behind, so a lot of those touchdowns, I think, was some of those were scored in garbage time and playing behind a little bit too as well. So we'll see in this environment how Aaron Rodgers look. The Steelers defense is going to be Super Bowl caliber. The defense is going to be dominating. It's going to be a very relentless defense. They're going to be out there making plays and getting a lot of stops and stuff and getting our offense a lot of opportunities, short fields and everything. So I feel like Aaron Rodgers, if everything goes well, he should excel in this offense right here because all the pieces around him are nice like that. It's like what the Jets gave him. Of course, they had Devontae Adams, they had Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, pretty good receiving core, of course. Maybe a better receiving core than what the Steelers have right now. But overall, as a structure, the Steelers have a better team. The defense is better, of course, and also the coaching. Coach Tomlin like that being there is better. And then you also have, look at the Steelers team, DK Metcalf being there, and Jonnu Smith, like I mentioned, of course, as well. You got 2 Pro Bowl receivers, 2 Pro Bowl pass catchers, and you have Caleb Johnson back there, Jalen Warren. My only concern, like I mentioned before, is the O-line. Can the O-line stay consistent enough in protecting Aaron Rodgers throughout the year? I know the O-line, we have Trevor Townsend coming back from an injury, of course. He's going to be back. Bradley Jones moving to the left side. We'll see how he looks as well. Zach Frazier's entering year 2. McCormick is entering year 2. Isaiah Malu had an injury last year. He missed the first 5-6 games as well. So we'll see how these guys look. The first time they actually play all together. So in my opinion, I think Aaron Rodgers could excel in his offense. Aaron Rodgers has the tools around him, the pieces around him. I know I've seen some Steelers fans saying he's going to be horrible. He's just going to be bad, going to be a bad experience. They basically off a training camp. So he threw an interception in training camp. He didn't throw too well on the first training camp day or second training camp day. I'm like, guys, it's training camp and stuff as well. Of course, and you play against the top level defense like the Steelers, you're just gonna get better anyway, and the chemistry is getting built up still as well. I know they said early on him and DK Metcalf were struggling, and chemistry, a little bit of miscommunication, but then as time went on last week, they went out there and had better communication, and you see the offense win 7-shot drills a few times and stuff. Went out there and showing some stuff, of course. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna be very happy having a tight end like Pat Frymouth and Jonnu Smith on his team, on guys who are reliable targets who can get open. Like I mentioned before, the Steelers got to play that 13 personnel. You got to play that 3 tight end set where you go out there and you can create a lot of mismatches. There'll be 1 receiver out there on the outside. DK Metcalf, you have 3 tight ends. Darnell Washington, 6'8". Jonnu Smith, like 6'5", 6'6". Same thing for Pat Frymouth, 6'5", 6'6". You can create a lot of mismatches against opposing team secondary. So I think Aaron Rodgers should have still in his offense. I don't know exactly what his stats going to be, but I can kind of predict it right now. In my opinion, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for. They're still going to run the ball a lot. Still going to run the football a lot, especially if they can get it effectively and if they run it efficiently too as well. They start getting and producing big time run numbers and stuff as well. It's how they did last year throughout most of the year. They're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to be going out there having Caleb Johnson, Jalen Warren run the ball a lot. Probably do some screens, some dump off stuff as well. But it's going to be a lot of running, I think. So I think Aaron Rodgers throw for 3,800 probably like passing yards, and I'm gonna say he throws for 20. I'm gonna say 20 25 touchdown passes. 25 touchdown passes, and you're going to have 8 interceptions. 25 touchdown passes to 8 interceptions. I'm going to say around that range. You're going to have, I'm going to say about a 98 to 100 passer rating, around that range a little bit. And you might have a rushing touchdown. You might get one in there at 41. You might get one in there like that. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be around that range. The completion percentage, I think, going to be up there. Going to be like 67%, around that range or something. I think Aaron Rodgers have a pretty good year. A year that's actually very respectable year. I feel like the Steelers, what they had last year with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields played the first 6 games. Justin Fields and Russell Wilson last year was cool. But I think Aaron Rodgers is probably the best quarterback throwing-wise we had in some time, like since Big Ben was here, really. Russell Wilson is great, don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson was cool last year. You know, he's a future Hall of Famer. Of course, he had an amazing career. But in terms of like just a pure thrower and a pure, just like ball knower, like in the sense on the field like that, veteran presence and stuff, Aaron Rodgers, of course, is on a different level, I think, overall and career-wise than Russell Wilson. I know Russell Wilson can still move a little better than, well, a lot better than Aaron Rodgers can move right now. But I think Aaron Rodgers can, he's better decision making than Russ, and he also has a better arm, I think, like that, and more accurate and stuff. So I think we should see a lot more production, I think, from the offense. I believe the Steelers can definitely win 2 more games than they won last year. Last year went 10-7. Probably should have had a better record last year, but then collapsed, of course, at the end. I think Aaron Rodgers could lead the Steelers team, especially the offense as they selling and doing this thing, to maybe 12 wins, 12-5 like that. Maybe winning the division. You never know. I know people have that debate too around that about the Steelers. They win the division. I might make a video about that in the coming weeks or something before the season starts. But I think Rodgers can definitely excel in his offense. I think he will excel in his offense and go out there because the Steelers, Omar Khan, Coach Tomlin, those guys have went out there and got the team built around him like that. They got the old line who's young and athletic, who has a lot of potential. You have running back there, Caleb Johnson, a lot of potential to be a power back. Jalen Warren, you know what he can do a threat. Kenneth Gainwell, pass catching back as well. And then you have the 3 tight ends. You have pass catcher and Jonas Smith, pass catcher and Pat Frymuth are good pass catchers. Then you have a good pass catcher on the outside, and DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, a guy who can be even better pass catcher too. We see a solid player. I think he can possibly be a good player. He continues to keep getting better and better. So they have some pieces around him, enough pieces I think to get the job done. We just got to see if they can stay healthy and have that chemistry built up, and that's why training camp is important for that. Let me know down below what you guys think about everything I said in this video. Let me know if you agree that Aaron Rodgers will excel with the offense, or let me know if you disagree and you will not excel. But I'll see you guys probably next time on the channel. Peace out.